So I'm going to go ahead and get started explaining a little bit about the planner I'm using, which is one that I created myself after looking online through a bunch of different planners. I couldn't find exactly what I was looking for, so I took to Excel and PDFs and all the other computer tech stuff to create my own. And then I will go ahead and update you on a few things about my planning for this upcoming year, and then answer any questions you guys have about planning. So just to start, I'm going to go ahead and show you my planner. So I created this planner, and I'm going to try and keep it so there's no glare, but it's a little difficult to do that. And I used Staples to get it printed. I didn't print it myself. I had it printed at Staples, and I uploaded the documents online and went ahead and had it go through the automatic order at my local Staples. Now I do believe that you can have it on a thumb drive and take it to the Staples, and they'll go ahead and put it together for you as well. So I made my little cover on Canva, and inside I just start off with a year at a glance. I don't know, can you guys see that? Yeah, a year at a glance, 2018 to 2019, and at the bottom I have holidays. Let's see if I can get a little closer. I am doing two cameras right now with Instagram and my computer camera, so bear with me. Okay, so you can see that I have the holidays down there. I have birthdays listed down here too, but they're all on this sheet so that if I need to look at the year and see if there's certain things that come up, I can just kind of look ahead and see like, oh, the 14th is a Wednesday, and we don't want to travel on that day. Let's go ahead and travel on the weekend. So that's what's right there. And then right on the next page, I kind of have a plan ahead where I have each month up to, I have it starting June 18th to May 19th. And I just keep going, and it allows me to write down any major things that come up, for example, birthdays, or vacations, or different things that like traveling or other things like that. So first two pages of the planner look like that. I'll just kind of give you a little look again that way. Okay, then we move into the months, and Staples does this thing where they will print on, I don't know if you can see that, it's a little hard to see, but they print on the tabs. If you don't want to, I think it's free, but if you don't want to have them print on the tabs, you can just put stickers on your own. It did require a few more days for them to do that because my local Staples had to send it to their printing department to do that. So it took a few more days to get this in the store because they printed on the tabs. In the future, I'll probably just print some stickers. But after that, I went ahead and I found all these like quotes from the Bible, different Bible verses that kind of went along with homeschooling or taking care of your children or that kind of thing, because I wanted to be inspired every new month so that I didn't, get down if the homeschooling wasn't going so great, which, sometimes it doesn't. And then after that, it kind of moves into the month at a glance. Now, month at a glance, I kind of took some of the ideas from the different planners I found online, and I'm trying to see if you guys can all see that. So you can see I have a whole month here, all at a glance, and then I have habit tracker for the month. I didn't actually fill it out yet because June is not completely over. We still have 2 more days, but I liked the habit tracker in some of the other planners on paper planners online. So I went ahead and I created a whole month one, and then you'll see when I get to the week at a glance, there is a habit per week tracker. So then I did just 2 little boxes down here with birthdays and events, and then the next month at a glance as well. And then any notes that I wanted to put down, maybe there's something going on with classical conversations, or I want to take a look at something, or there's webinars coming up that I'm interested in, or the Good and the Beautiful's math curriculum just came out, so that probably should have been something I wrote there, but I didn't. Now this next page, I'm going to have to cover some of it because it does have our monthly budget on it, and I just wanted a budget tracker within my planner so I could keep track of spending, keep track of bill payments. I do have a separate binder for that, but I did want to just have it all in one planner too, so I can refer back to it if I'm forgetting something. So I am going to go ahead and cover some of this page, just so you don't exactly see all the items, and it's going to be a little difficult to understand. But anyway, so here is the bills and the income over here, and I filled these in on the computer, but if you guys are interested in the planner, I'll go ahead and have those blanks so you can fill them in yourself. And I'm still looking into ways to, have it where it autofills for you for each page. So I'm not exactly sure how to do that yet. That is something I will research. If any of you know how to do that, please share, because I just tend to try and learn things on my own, and so if you already know, you'll save me a lot of time. But anyways, these are already filled in, and then over here on the other side, sorry, there's just a lot of actual money numbers there, so I don't really want to show those off. But you can see at the bottom I have other expenses. Maybe something comes up that we need to spend money on, and then trying to make sure I'm covering everything. And then over here, I just wanted to start tracking my spending when it comes to groceries and things like that. There is someone I just started following on YouTube, Jordan Page. She's a budget manager, expert through experience versus education. So she's been someone I've been watching. I'm taking her boot camp, and I want to track spending just to kind of see during the month, rather than having to go into my bank statements every time, just writing it down. So as you can see, I was really bad this month. I didn't actually track my spending, but it's in my bank statement, so I'll copy it over so I can look back at it. But anyways, this is the month's budget is what I called this page, just so I could have this in my planner as well. Again, I do have a binder that already has this stuff in it, but having it all in one place kind of gave me some peace of mind. So moving on. Then we go into the week breakdowns, and for each month, I believe I put 5 weeks. And so as you can see, I have on one side, let me open it so you can see the whole spread when it's open. But on the one side, I have a week at a glance with the habit trackers and weekly chores, other tasks, daily tasks, my meals, and the ingredients I'm going to need for those meals. And then, oops, let me just get a little closer on this. There we go. I have some must-dos over here, and then I have some blog tasks, obviously, because I am a blogger. And as you can see, I just kind of write down the dinners. This is really this week's dinners. It's not meal planning the full meals during the day, because I just kind of tend to do the same thing for lunch and breakfast. I have a variety of things that I choose from for the boys and myself during the day for breakfast and lunch, and I kind of just rotate through those. So those have become regular groceries for me, but when it comes to dinners, we try and vary it up. So I'll write them down here, and then I'll just write down the ingredients that I don't have in my pantry or in my fridge that I need. So that's kind of what that's there for. Then you can see I have weekly cleaning. So this week I actually did more of this stuff. I just forgot to mark it. This was a week where it was like we were gone and then we came back, and so I didn't mark everything. But as you can see, I have daily tasks that I need to do. Chief is our dog, so I have to make sure I play with him and brush him. So he's in his big like spring summer shed right now, so I do need to brush him more often than not. I try to brush him daily so that his fur is not making a carpet on our hardwood floor. And then Devo time, I'm always trying to make sure I'm doing my Devo time in the morning before my boys are up. So that is the week at a glance. Oh, sorry, I forgot to show the habit tracker, which I didn't finish for this week either. But as you can see, I have certain habits that I'm trying to build on, and they say it takes 21 days to create a habit. So I'm trying to do it a week at a time, and then that's where the monthly tracker comes in. At the end of the month, I'll go back and I'll look to see if I met my goal of 21 days. But obviously, this week I didn't really fill it out very well, so I'll have to go back and look at my workout calendar. But anyways, then there's I either put an X for if it is not done and to check if it is done. So on the other side, you guys actually probably saw this in my video and in my post that just went up today, but this is where I put the things that are going on in our everyday life, which is I just put as event or activities, and then my homeschool. So this was, I'm showing you Memorial Day weekend right now, just because that's the most complete one that I had written down. Summer's a little hard to keep track of everything because it's just chaotic. But anyways, so we had no school that day because my husband was home, and as I mentioned, I like to have no school on the days that he's home so we can all hang out as a family. And then I put down the different lessons I was doing that week. So G&B, if you look down here, it says the good and the beautiful. HWT is handwriting without tears. So I should have checked the rest of these off. I forgot to, but we did make it through all of those this week. And as I say in my planning video and on my post, I do suggest only doing 1 month at a time, because if you do more than 1 month and you get behind for some reason, you're going to have to erase so much more of your planner than you really want to. Like if I, for example, I did get a little behind, so let me show you. I think it was the next week. So as you can see right here, I didn't get Monday done for some reason. I can't remember why. There was a lot going on, even though it doesn't say that on my calendar. So I crossed off this one and just kind of put an arrow over. That was easy. I had just made that change quickly. And then down here, I just erased whatever whatever lessons that were written here next to the L's and put new numbers. So it wasn't too hard, and I only did a month, so if I had to adjust everything else, then I could. But I would only adjust 1 week at a time, because if I do more than 1 week and then I end up getting a little behind again, I have to go back and erase everything. So I only adjust 1 week at a time, and then the next week I base it off of the week before. But when it comes to actually writing it out, just to try and keep myself on track, I will go ahead and write out a whole month's worth, if that makes sense. So that was the last page of the planner. Really, each month is the same setup, and as you can see, I have, I think that's week 1, or no, this is week 2, week 3, week 4, and we are now in week 5, which you can see is very filled out. Now we are in the middle of our summer break, so you can see we have break written in the homeschool section. What I'm using for summer, just to review, I was going to be using Explode the Code, but I think because we still have a lot more travel plans going on, I think I'm just going to be taking my phonics cards with us wherever we go, to the pool or in the car, and reviewing the phonics cards and reviewing some number cards. I think I'm probably going to start the Explode the Code with the Good and the Beautiful this upcoming school year as a filler. I did get the levels A, B, and C. So on those days, I think I mentioned in my, I have it right here, my Good and the Beautiful scoop and sequence, you see I'm only doing 2 lessons a week, which really lines up to be, oh, are you able to see that? Yeah, okay. 2 lessons a week, which really, if I'm teaching 4 days a week, let's say a lesson takes 1 day rather than 2 days. Well, I have time set aside for the lessons, so I'll go ahead and I will pull a Explode the Code workbook out and have my son work on whatever letter he's on at that point. So yeah, that's my planner. And then as you can see, I have all the rest of the month up until May. And at the beginning of each month, got those quotes, and same setup for every month. I didn't want to get too fancy with it. So the one thing that drove me to make my own was there was a lot of extra stuff on in the online plan, or in the other paper planners online, and I don't want to mention companies or anything because I did look at a lot. But the one thing I noticed about them was that there were some things that were included that I didn't really want, and there were some things that weren't included that I really did want. So I was just like, you know what, I'm going to make my own. So that's the planner. Now, if you guys are interested, please make sure to leave comments in the videos. Leave it in the comments if you're interested in the planner. and I'll upload it to my store for a small fee because I did spend a lot of time creating it. And you can customize it to whatever month you want to start it with and however long you want to have it, kind of similar to some of the online planners that you can purchase. But anyways, one other thing I wanted to update on, and then I'll take any questions, and I'm not seeing any questions, so I will go ahead and just end with an update on planning, kind of from my post and my video. I did mention that I was going to be starting the Good and the Beautiful math curriculum after the Abeka, but I've been kind of excited to start it. My mother-in-law just got it, the math curriculum, and we're going up there next week, and I'm planning on taking a look at it, and if I really love it, which I'm thinking I'm going to, then I might just start the year with that and have Abeka as a fallback for, filler. If, there's a day where he needs a little extra practice with a concept and I can find a page in Abeka with that concept, then I might do that. So with the scope and sequence, that might change. And as the school year gets closer, end of July gets closer, which is the beginning of my school year, I will let you all know about that. But on my scope and sequence, as you can see, I do have Abeka going for about 13 weeks, and then I start the Good and the Beautiful math curriculum, and I might just scratch these first 13 weeks with Abeka because we're about halfway through it, and go to the Good and the Beautiful Level K math. So I'll let you know for sure what I plan to do, but it all depends on that lovely package that my mother-in-law got that I want to take a look at before I go and purchase it earlier. And yeah, so that's the update. That's my planner. So I will go ahead and just leave it up to you guys to leave questions in the comments on the YouTube video. So thank you again for joining me live, and I hope that this was helpful for any of you interested in looking at the planner, and stay tuned for more videos next week and a new post. So, all right, see you guys later. Bye.